Hello friends. In this training, we are going to learn one of the most widely used calculations in industrial electrical engineering. That is, converting horsepower, HP, to kilowatts and vice versa. This becomes important when the motor nameplate shows power in HP. But we need to perform our calculations in kilowatts. Or the opposite. First, take a look at this part of the image. Here it states 1 HP equals 0.746 kilowatts. This is the most important number you need to remember. It means that 1 horsepower is approximately equal to 746 watts, or 0.746 kilowatts. Now, if we want to convert a motor rating from horsepower to kilowatts, we use the following formula. P in kilowatts equals P in horsepower multiplied by 0.746. In other words, we simply multiply the horsepower value by 0.746 to obtain the power in kilowatts. Now, take a look at the motor nameplate shown in the image. The nameplate indicates horsepower equals 5. Power equals 3.7 kilowatts. Speed equals 1,750 revolutions per minute. And efficiency equals 89.5%. Now, let's verify whether the kilowatt rating is correct. All we need to do is multiply 5 horsepower by 0.746. The result is 3.73 kilowatts. Which is almost exactly the same as the 3.7 kilowatts shown on the motor nameplate. So, as you can see, the motor nameplate data matches the horsepower to kilowatt conversion formula perfectly. Now, let's look at the first example shown in the image. We have a 25 horsepower motor, and we want to calculate its power in kilowatts. All we need to do is multiply 25 by 0.746. The result is 18.65 kilowatts. So, whenever we see a motor nameplate rated at 25 horsepower, we know that its power is approximately 18.65 kilowatts. Now, let's look at the second example shown in the image. Suppose a pump requires 12.8 kilowatts of power to operate. The question is, what motor size should we select for this pump? In this case, we use the second formula. P in horsepower equals P in kilowatts divided by 0.746. In other words, we divide the kilowatt value by 0.746. So, 12.8 divided by 0.746 equals 17.158 horsepower. However, there is a very important practical consideration here. In the real world, you will not find a motor rated at exactly 17.158 horsepower. Motors are manufactured in standard power ratings. For example, 10 horsepower, 15 horsepower, 20 horsepower, 25 horsepower, 30 horsepower. That is why we must always select the next standard motor size above the calculated requirement. In this example, the calculated value is approximately 17 horsepower. Therefore, the correct choice would be a 20 horsepower motor. This ensures that the motor can handle the required load safely and reliably, while providing an appropriate operating margin. So, in this lesson, we learn 3 key points. First, 1 horsepower is equal to 0.746 kilowatts. Second, to convert horsepower to kilowatts, we multiply by 0.746. And third, to convert kilowatts to horsepower, we divide by 0.746. These 3 simple rules allow you to quickly convert between horsepower and kilowatts whenever you are reading motor nameplates, selecting motors, or performing electrical calculations. However, there is one more important point to remember. The power shown on a motor nameplate is the motor's mechanical output power. If we want to calculate the motor current accurately, we must consider not only the power, but also the motor efficiency and the power factor, or cos phi. As a result, converting horsepower to kilowatts is only the first step in performing accurate motor calculations. We also learned that when selecting a motor, we should always choose the next higher standard motor rating rather than a size below the calculated requirement. This ensures reliable operation, provides a safety margin, and helps prevent motor overload during normal service.